right, let's go ahead and scoot over and let's just get to ready to love. Let's talk about those things, okay? Let's get to ready to love, okay? So we find out who got sent home, baby. What's up, everybody over here on TikTok? We're talking about ready to love. We'll be talking about put a ring on it and love and marriage Huntsville. If you'd like to be a part of the conversation, come on over to YouTube. The link is in the bio, okay? So, yeah, Tori got his sent home, and I was like, yes, Tori. Bye. I was so glad to see him go in them tight ass pants. While you over here talking about putting something in people's kidneys, you're not putting anything in anyone's kidneys with those tight ass pants, okay? Because I just thoroughly believe a man that's packing is not going to keep it that tight. You understanding what I'm saying? In those jeans, okay? Is there any more room in those jeans? Let the people know. I cannot. So bye, Tori. So glad he's gone. What else do we have here? Sabrina and Demetrius. She tells him she wants a good balance of affection and love. I'm tired of seeing Sabrina go to Demetrius, and it's not begging, but it's starting to look like that, to get some type of affection and attention from him. It's bothersome. But you know what, Sabrina? I made a note at the very end, and I'm probably going to revisit this. You're the problem. I'm starting to see, I be thinking it's other folks, but I'm starting to wonder. I feel like you might be the problem, Sabrina. I do. Let's keep going. So she says that we so used to putting our energy into other people. Now we need to start focusing on us. And then it came a point where I guess when he was trying to focus on her, she goes to the confessional and says some other slick stuff about, I still have a connection with Donovan. Like, girl, you are a problem. But let's keep going. So he tells her this is something new for him, and then says that he doesn't want this to be a concern of hers because outside of this process, she will see a different side of him. And I just felt like, Demetrius, you're bogus, dear heart. Both of y'all playing games, okay? You're bogus. I feel like that's who you are. Who you present is who you are. That's just what it is. I don't think she's going to see a different side of you or anything like that. None of that. That's just who you are. Because if you were who you say you are when you get in a relationship, she would have already seen that because you would have took more of a liking. This woman has had to go to you on multiple occasions to get you to, you know what I'm saying, come up on her. So yeah, no. He says that he doesn't like to give 100% of himself if they aren't moving towards each other. And I'm like, but now she's telling you that. She's telling you she wants y'all to move towards each other, but you're not at that same place. Okay? She wants to move forward with you, but you still talking about, this is very difficult for me because of X, Y, and Z. Girl, leave that man alone. Okay? So Carmen and Donovan, they in the hot tub. I'm cringing. Donovan wants to take it to another level with her. She's excited. I'm bothered. Carmen says that she thinks Sabrina is a good girl, but she believes she's a better woman. Girl, let me tell y'all one thing. I do not like Carmen. But I can appreciate the confidence that she has within herself. If ain't nobody else gonna have no confidence in you, you better have it in your motherfucking self, okay? So I can't really fault her on that. But the reason I do not like Carmen is because Carmen, to me, has security issues with herself because she often seeks out to compete with other women that are not thinking about her, considering her, or even trying to compete with her. And that's why I cannot take Carmen. All right. I love the confidence. Have it, girl. Have it. But no, ma'am. Okay. It seems like you're trying to disguise that with something else. I don't know. You're trying to disguise it as maybe confidence when high key you really insecure as fuck. All right. But we're going to get into more of that. What else? Donovan drilled in on who he believes. I feel like when Donovan was having her all in the pool tub, sitting on top of him and doing all this extra stuff, girl, I said, Donovan, you're not slick, baby. See, you think that out of all the women, for real, Miss, what's her name, Carmen gonna put out. And that's what you were seeking, somebody that could possibly put out while you on that trip. Right? The way you was over there rubbing your hands, talking about, or do something that you would do, Tommy, You knew what you was doing. Just like when Tori said, Carmen, where you sleeping? Because all the guys feel like Carmen is going to be the one that's going to put out. Not the one that they find to be the most attractive or the one that they truly like the best out of all of the ladies. But most of the ladies seem like Joy already focused on who she want. Dakia looked like, don't even try me with that. Tina wasn't even around. And then Sabrina already know who she want, but she also on that, don't try me like that. Right? So Carmen is the one that's coming off as, I'll put out if they ain't. Okay. What else? Dakia is pissed, sipping wine because to me, I feel like she's pissed because everybody else is booed up if she's not. So she's disappointed that Clifton pretty much made his decision without even consulting with her and speaking with her. So I understand the frustration, girl. All right. So she talks with him about Joy and the situation with her putting the bags on the bed and him just spending more time with her than spending more time with Joy than her. So he says he planned on spending more time with her, but when Joy came, it just overtook everything. And I'm like, I don't know, Clifton. I feel like the chemistry has always been Joy. I feel like the energy has always been Joy. I feel like the little subtle conversations you gave to Dakia received it to be more than what it is. And I feel like women do that a lot. When they like somebody, any little thing that they give them, they think that it's a major thing. It's bigger than what, oh girl, he called me and asked me what I ate for lunch. Da, 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 da. He probably called and asked you that because he was trying to figure out what he wanted to eat. Not that he really, really cared, but for you, you're going to be like, oh my God, he cares. He likes me. And that's not what it is. So I think that she could have possibly thought deeper into the situation because I feel like we all watch the show, we all see it's always been Joy. That's what I never really saw the true connection between Dakia and him. Anyway, what else? So Dakia says it's all good because I think he wanted to explain. She's like, no, you don't got to explain anything. She says she sees the connection, but she would have at least appreciated to have known how he was rocking from the beginning. And I said, from the beginning of what? You talking about this trip? Because it's been very clear from the beginning who he was more interested in. So I don't understand this. Okay. I know we want to like Dakia down to the ground. She's cute, all that other stuff, girl, but some stuff not adding up for me. Okay. She decides to get teary-eyed, which I did feel a bit bad for her in that she hugged him, got off him, decided to walk outside, and she kind of cried to herself. But I don't think she cried out of being hurt about Clifton choosing Joy. I think she cried out of opening herself up to this process and not finding the person that she was hoping to find for her. So I think that's what she was being overwhelmed by. But of course she gonna stay because who's still there? Paul. Paul is still full of shit. Paul should have left a long time ago. But when you compare Paul to the options, he's probably the better option to keep around. Yikes. Let's keep going. Sabrina and Demetrius, Clifton and Joy. Clifton says basically he had to close out their connection between he and Dakia. I said, yeah, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Dakia pretty much closed out that connection because she had to bring it to your attention and address it, the very things that you didn't want to talk about. So don't sit up here and say that you ended the connection because I feel like Dakia was the one that ended it. But okay. What else? Demetrius, he's trying to show more affection, touching on Sabrina's toes and stuff like that, holding on to her in the pool. And then Joy tells her, girl, you need to whisper in his ear like you was nibbling on his ear. Here goes Sabrina. I will in a minute. I will when I get ready, girl. Don't be trying to tell me what to do, girl. When I feel comfortable, I will. And I'm like, you already did it. Okay, just from a game. So now you're at this place where you just had a conversation with this man, wanting him to show you more affection. Y'all have both agreed to go in more on each other. And you mean to tell me you don't even want to nibble or kiss on his ear when you did it in front of a whole audience? And now you want to sit up here and ask Sadidi and, oh my God, while you over here in the pool, in the jacuzzi? Girl, Sabrina, you started to be the problem for me, dear. And I just had to sit back and look at you. Damn near got into it with everybody that was interested in you. So I don't know. So yeah, that's what I said. I said she wants Demetrius to go all in, but she's withholding. But she was the one to say how they need to start drilling in on each other. You brought the conversation to the forefront. You just want somebody to run after you, and you like that toxicness. That's what you give, okay? Clifton enjoyed spending more time together, honey. Looking forward to later on that night, so we know they hunching, okay? So anyway, Donovan decides he was going to crawl in bed with Carmen. I told y'all what it was, but anyway, let's keep going. Carmen, Tina shows up. She speaks with Donovan. She says how she doesn't really have a connection with any of the guys. Okay, Donovan says that she isn't even in good standing with any of the guys. How does she feel about it? She's like, I don't know. I really don't give a damn. So I don't know what you asked me for. I just came here because they told me I need to come here or I wasn't going to get paid for the last 2 days. So I'm here today, show my face on set, and then get my little check, and then I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about this process. I'm tired, all right? So there's that. What else? Everybody was just wondering why show up at the very last minute. She didn't want to be there, girl. You came out better not coming at all. I want to waste my good gas, okay? With this panorama still going on and inflation getting higher and higher to the sky, no ma'am. So Carmen goes to pretend, right? So after Donovan and Tina talk, Donovan clues in everybody, including Carmen, on what was said with Tina. Y'all know Carmen is really excited because she did already knocked out her person. Girl, I done knocked out somebody else, girl. Yes, okay. Well, really, she knocked out herself, but I'm gonna go over here and act like I like her and like I'm really trying to find out what's going on. No, you was going over there to be nosy and you was going over there to be messy so you can have something to bring back to the group, which is what you did. Okay. So thank you so much. California Cutie for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always enjoy your lives. Sending love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, so Tina tells Carmen that she is only sold on what's his name? Donovan. You know, Carmen wasn't having it. Carmen was like, girl, not you being sold on my man. Girl, I thought you had like Paul. She was like, well, I thought I liked Paul, but the initial connection didn't stay. Okay. But then did you tell him that? It's like, girl, it don't matter what she told. It don't matter at this point. Right, but she had to make sure she diverted the attention to somebody else and get her off Donovan. Like, girl, don't be coming for my man, girl, because I'm already sold. I'm sold on him. Okay, he's sold on me. So then Tina goes on to say, which was interesting. First, she said she was sold on Donovan, then turned around and said that she ain't got no connections here. Okay, well then go, then leave. Okay, just go. All right. I will say this, Tina, that mother confessional look, I like the girl. It was cute, honey. What else is going on? I think Carmen wanted her to sleep on it, but I was like, girl, it ain't nothing to sleep on. Just send Miss Ma'am on her way. What else? The Dakia and Paul. So she met with Paul when they got back. I don't see Paul and Dakia going very far at all. I feel like the farthest they're going to go is to the end of the show. That's it. I feel like he zoned in on her because there are no more options left and everybody is booed up, but probably them too. So that's why I feel like he chose Dakia. Another thing, I don't think Dakia is fully open to having children, whereas I think that's something Paul still wants. So I don't think that she's somebody he's interested in, but somebody to get him to the end of the show, okay? Clifton and Joy, they smashed in so many words, girl. They go out to eat. Life is grand. Let's move on. Nephew Tommy meets with everyone. Okay, he asked about Tina showing up. They said Tina showed up like a few minutes before we was getting ready to get the hell on. Okay, Tommy said he gonna try and have a conversation with her. Okay, Tommy ended up at the end of the episode we saw where he went to go meet up with Tina. Tina never showed up. Some told me she wasn't. When I saw Tommy walking down, I said, watch. I said, she's not gonna show up. And she did it. She left him hanging. So she's done. All right. I don't even know if Miss Girl gonna show up to the reunion. But let's keep going. Joy says that her connection is going great. When Tommy asked, because he met up with everybody, how's your connection going? She's like, I was saying wonderful. You know what I'm saying? It's great. It's awesome. All right. She says they have a really good dynamic with each other. I think they do as well. One thing I feel like I liked about Joy and Clifton is when they're together, you see that they really have a strong energy. They really like each other, right? But I also love that they gave each other the space and things that they need to like go off and do other stuff. You know, like actively get to know other people and not fully be bothered by that, right? So I like that about them. What else? Paul speaks on his connections. Paul says that Tina gone. When it comes to Carmen, he says that she hasn't been very open or something like that. So Carmen says, baby, don't try and say I wasn't very open, but you were the one that ain't open. Like if I ask you how your dates went and stuff like that, you don't want to tell me nothing, right? Now, I'm with Paul on this. However my dates went are not your business, but it's because you're a woman that's very competitive and you like to hear that you're the best at everything or he had a better time with you than somebody else. You'll ask those questions, but primarily I feel like you should be focused on how y'all dates go. Why are you asking so much about the other dates? Right? I guess that could be a casual conversation, but it seems like something you do all of the time. Right, instead of focusing on y'all. Another thing she said, then she wanted to be real messy because y'all know she really don't like Dakia for real, so she wanted to be real messy. Like, yeah, when he spoke on Dakia and I asked about it, he was like, ugh, when I asked him about the date, that's what he said. He was like, ugh. Y'all, I was so fucking tickled when Paul made the face that he made. He was like, and then he like looked over to Dakia, and then the funniest part towards the end was them putting the camera on Sabrina, and Sabrina was trying not to laugh or whatever. She was like, I was so fucking tickled because I knew Paul. I do believe some of what Carmen's saying. I do, because I just don't see the attraction there. I don't. But I also feel like there was an agenda for Carmen to bring that up. Right? Definitely. Maybe she wouldn't have brought it up if he wouldn't have came for her. So he came for her. So she decided to let all the eggs out the basket. And I couldn't 100% fault her on that. But, you know, let's keep going, okay? What else? What else ended up happening? So Carmen airs out Paul and says that he needs to be with, he told Carmen that he needs to be with a certain type of woman that looks a certain type of way. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. And I'm finna say this. Y'all ain't gotta like it, girl, but just like the video, right? So I feel like Paul is not a looker to very many people. And a lot of those guys that are not a good looker to very many people want a woman whose beauty is just on another level, right? So, yeah, not saying that that's not Dakia, but I think that woman would primarily be a younger woman, right? So somebody maybe like Tina, or initially it would have been Sabrina, right? So I can see that he needs a woman that looks a certain type of way that's going to make him feel even more confident, like he's the man. Well, good luck. What else? So Dakia says that she doesn't believe the thing coming out Miss Carmen's mouth. And I was like, let's go, Dakia. Let's go. Whether I believe some of it, girl, I'm here for you dragging Miss Carmen. Okay? I'm here for you getting on her head. Right? But I do believe that Paul said that. But I also believe that Carmen is highly insecure and disguises it with whatever confidence she wants to label it with. Right? So Dakia calls out Carmen for purchasing her goods, girl, and her having natural ones. I said, oh, wow. Miss Carmen, girl, what you doing in purchased? What you doing and bought? It's your business. Do what you want to do, girl. But I'm just asking, what you went and bought? So Dakia, so Sabrina speaks on her connections at this point because Tommy was like, really back in. Let's come pull it together, okay? So Sabrina speaks on her connections, and I said the audacity of Sabrina to say that Donovan isn't ready for a relationship, but you over here trying to force Demetrius to, in so many words, give you the affection and the things that you need. Did it ever occur to you that Demetrius is not really ready for a relationship? Because it seems like the things that you're yearning for in Demetrius, Donovan will give that to you willingly. Girl, you starting to be the problem, and you starting to put it off on other folks for me. Okay. So what else? Demetrius opens up about not giving her 100%, and he reserves that for a woman. And I'm like, I'm not featuring that. And Tommy, why didn't you check him in that moment? Talking about he reserves himself and he doesn't want to give 100%. The entire point of this process is to bring your full self to it. So how dare you sit up there and allow him to escape with saying those words and not check him accordingly? I ain't like that. I don't play like that. Okay, so Donovan speaks on Sabrina giving more attention to Demetrius, which she was over there feeding that man, asking this man on more than one occasion, what's going on? Girl, cut it out. So she's trying to blame him about being in attack mode when she wasn't even giving the man no attention. And that's what I feel like she did with Tori. Okay, and it's honestly, when I think about it, Tori had the same stance as Donovan, but I think Donovan went about it a different way. Donovan just said, you know, when you're getting to know more than one person and you're putting all your energy and your focus over here to that person, like it is not, you know, it's not that great of a thing. Okay, what else? Donovan says that he could go home. Oh, he says that she said he could go home like the last one did. Putting words in her mouth. Now, I will say, when I first heard that, I said, I don't believe that. Right? I said, I don't believe she said, I don't believe she said, I don't believe she said that. I'm telling you what kind of made me shift my mind just a little bit. Okay? Because she did go and say, well, no, I didn't say that. I just said, when he asked, like, who you think I'll be going home next? And I said, well, it could be you. Right? And I'm like, you ain't follow that up with nothing else? I don't know, but I got my eye on you, Miss Girl. I do. So Tommy goes to meet with Tina. We talked about it. And Tina didn't show up, talked about it. So next week we will see Sabrina getting into it with Donovan. After seeing that, for me, I sat back and I said, you got into it with Tori. You got into it with Laverne. Even though Laverne was problematic, Laverne was calling out things that you said by way of another woman. And here it is, Donovan's doing the same thing, calling you out about things that you said to him. Now, I do not want to believe that Donovan said that, right? However, I'm not too sure about you, Miss Sabrina, girl. I don't know, girl. It's really you trying to make it seem like everybody else is the problem and that they're not ready and this and that and da 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 da. And we don't even know if you're fully ready yourself. So it's just things that you do that I'm watching you, okay? No, we don't believe Paul. And just because we believe Sabrina, why do we have to believe Paul? That makes absolutely no sense to me, Phil. Paul, his facial expressions definitely gave it away for me that he said that. He said that. Paul said that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boo. Paul said that. Definitely. Do I think Carmen had an agenda? Absolutely. She didn't have to air that man out like that. But look at how the show is going. Paul ain't really got no options. So I feel like him leaning towards her is really to get to the end of the show. I feel like he said it. I will agree that Sabrina isn't squeaky clean, but the audience of this show and the male participants are highly critical at females who date throughout the process, which they should. Okay. That preview has me side-eye Sabrina for sure. She got hella defensive. Correct. So I got my eyes on her. I got my eyes on her. Paul ain't getting no women. Paul ain't getting no women, so he happy with whomever giving him attention. I feel like this is exactly what I'm saying, Phil. I feel like this is exactly what I'm saying, Phil. He happy with whoever giving him attention and who finna get him to the end of the show. Do you see what I'm saying? And I do think he gotta have a woman that look a certain way. I do. Not that, you know what I'm saying, Dakia don't. I mean, not that she's not that woman. I think that's what Paul said. Like, I wasn't saying that about her. Right? But I think he does feel that way. I love you too, Phil. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love you too. You know what I'm saying? I love all of you guys, even if we don't agree. Right? What's the point of having an opinion? You know what I'm saying? It's going to differ. Paul's facial expressions was giving, oh shit, she really snitched it. Exactly. And he immediately looked over to Dakia, right? But Dakia ate Miss Girl up though. She definitely ate her up. Tina X told Donovan how she was. She did just what her ex told them. 1000%. 1000%. Sabrina is sneaky and cunning. Her goal is to get to the end of the show. We see you, Sabrina. We do. And it's I wish they could have made decisions like now. Like, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all got people, mean folks, families. We've already met the friends. The only couples I see leaving this process, or the only couple, is Joy and Clifton. That's it. I don't see nobody else. So can we end this real quick, please? Can we? When Paul was put in the bottom two with Tori, he said maybe he is not that dude as they thought he was. I didn't know what he meant. I believe Carmen made that statement, but Paul didn't stop her. What you mean? Carmen is very messy and always wants to know other. That's what I don't understand. But no, I do understand. She has security issues within herself. For sure. Sabrina wants a man that is fully into her. She had that in Tori, but wanted Demetrius. Got Donovan to go after her and still chase her Demetrius. She not ready for love. She's not. And it definitely gives those dynamics of when you want somebody and you got somebody, it's always the person that wants you that you don't want. It's always the person that wants you that you do not want. Because I guess it's something about being able to tame a person or convince a person or to get the person that wasn't really seeing you of interest as a person of interest now. It's something about that. Maybe that's what people call the chase. Maybe that's what she wanted, the chase of it all, child. That's what I'm thinking.